guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we have one goal and one goal only, and that is the Cobra. She's gonna start again. Fingers crossed. That's our goal today. Let's hop right into it, and I'll let you guys know what I have left before we can fire her up. Excuse the lighting, guys. The hood kind of takes away from the light, but we'll work around that. So as you can see, since the last time you guys saw this is all painted gloss black, really nice, and it has clear coat, primer, black paint, you know, the whole nine. I also went ahead and painted the strut tower where I cut. So we are finally ready for final assembly. So we need to get the whole cooling system in here, the power steering cooler. We got to put our whole wiring harness back on. We have to remove the hood cable, the hood latch cable that needs to be taken out. And we need to bolt our fenders on for the final time, but I think that's going to be a separate video. I just want to get the car running for now and make sure it runs still and everything like that. And in the trunk, we need to run our negative terminal and our positive terminal. So I'm going to hop right into this. I'm going to start with my harness, and then I'm going to move over to the cooling system. So as I finish one thing, I'll pick you guys back up and show you what I've accomplished. But let's hop right into it and get this thing fired up. I really want to hear this engine again. All right, guys, so I have been making a lot of progress. We have our harness all ran. For right now, because I can't come up with a better idea to do this, I have zip ties holding the harness everywhere. Honestly, they're black zip ties. It's a black front end. I don't see an issue with it. All of this stuff is mounted. These are the hydro boost lines. I got a engine ground back there, and the clutch cable, all of that is nice and sturdy and mounted. There's a lot of stuff on this harness that is no longer used because I don't have like airbags and stuff, so those plugs I just tied up to the existing harness right out of the way. Here's all the grounds for the front end. These used to go to the battery, but now they go to the chassis ground because the battery's in the back. So all the harnesses ran. The whole entire cooling system is hooked back up. Everything's mounted up nicely and everything, you know, nice and sturdy. The radiator's nice and sturdy too. I'm about to put coolant in it right now. I still have to hook up the power steering lines, or the hydro boost lines, whatever you want to call it. They are down here, right here. So I need to get 2 hose barbs. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I gotta get 2 hose barbs and adapt these to go to another set of hoses, which will go up to here, which is our new power steering cooler. Let's see. Then we got our harness over here, which again is all tied up and everything. This is our CCRM. If you guys aren't familiar with Mustangs, this controls your fuel pump, your cooling fan for the AC. It's pretty much just has a bunch of relays in this box right here. Yeah, so everything else, you know, pretty self-explanatory. This is the intake air temp and mass airflow, which we obviously will hook back up once we put our intake back on. I do still have to drill a hole right here for ground. This is for the headlights. And then I have both headlight harnesses right here. This is fog light, turn signal, headlight. This was airbag, again, not being used. This was airbag, and this was something else. I don't really remember, but it's not being used. Same thing over here. We have our headlight harness, turn signal, fog light, and headlight. So I'm going to put some coolant in it, get it filled with coolant. I'm going to bleed the system, which on this particular vehicle is so easy to do. You just crack this bleeder loose right here, and you fill the coolant until it comes out of here at a steady stream. You close that, and you're good to go. Everything's bled. Another thing too is I no longer have a coolant level sensor because I went with a Canton aluminum tank. So I am going to have to jump this sensor to get rid of the light that's going to be lit up on my dashboard, but that's not a big deal. It's perfectly fine. This is the harness that ran in front of the radiator before. Again, it's in front of the radiator. So far so good. We almost have a running car again. I'm very, very excited. But let me get this thing filled with coolant, and then I'll probably pick you guys back up tomorrow when I get the hose barbs and adapt the other cooler. On guys, so it is the next day. I have gloves on because I got dirty as hell last night, and I don't feel like getting dirty. I'm off today, and I want to stay clean. So it is the next day, and I got everything I need to hopefully get the Mustang running. So let's see what happens. So I did go ahead and I put my hose barbs in here to connect my power steering cooler. I tied all my lines nicely up out of the way. Should have no issues there. The cooler's really sturdy on the mounts and everything. Yesterday I showed you guys the whole harness is done, everything. I did start putting coolant in it, but I do need to start the car to bleed the system just because it's not coming out of my bleeder up top because the thermostat's closed. So that we will have to do. I'm going to leave the cap off just to remind me. So right now, the only thing I have left to do to get this thing running is to run my power wire and my negative wire all the way. Well, negative wire gets run in the back, power wire gets run up front. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to go through where the old hood release cable is. It's down here. You guys can't see it, but I cut it. Never going to have a hood latch again. We're going pins. That's actually what these plates are for right here. Once I get the front end adjusted, I'm going to drill my hood pins in. So yeah, so we're going to run the wire all the way up and then hook it up, and we should, fingers crossed, we should hear this thing fire back up. We'll bleed the cooling system, and then what'll be left after that is body, you know, put the fenders on and everything. All right, guys, so I'm not going to lie to you. I was a little curious to see if it was going to start up after that major front end job that we did, but it does start up. That's why I didn't run the wire yet. Right now, the wire's kind of just run on the outside. But I wanted to bleed the cooling system, the power steering, just so it's one less thing for me to do. And then all we got to do is just run this power cable, you know, inside the car to the back. Should be pretty easily done. I mean, it's like a stereo kind of, you know, like it's a power wire for a stereo pretty much. Very easy to do. It shouldn't be hard. But listen to this thing, man. Fucking coolant's bleeding. I already bled the power steering. That's nice and quiet. Nice and quiet. Bleeding the coolant right now, and then we'll put the cap on that, make sure everything's good up here, and then we'll move to the back and we'll get this power wire ran. But guys, it sounds so good, and it's not wrecked anymore. It's literally not wrecked anymore. This is like an amazing moment for me right now. Like, I have my car back, dude. I have my freaking car back. This is awesome. God, this thing sounds so good. Guys, that's going to conclude today's video. I did go ahead and run the power wire through the interior, put it through a grommet at the firewall, you know, the whole nine, just how you guys would wire a stereo. But I am so happy to have this thing running again. I'm actually about to clean my garage because the car hasn't moved in like 5 months. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Next time you see me, it's going to be a video on the Jeep. I got some new lights for the Jeep, so I'm going to install them with you guys. They're actually from a sponsor, so I'm going to give you guys a discount code and hook you guys up a little bit. You get 15% off of those orders. And then after that, we'll probably hop back on the Mustang and we will put the fenders on. The hood is on, but we'll align it, put some headlights in it and everything like that. So until next time, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Please drop a like down below, comment, subscribe, and peace out.
I Zach. Truth or dare?